Hey everybody, how are y'all doing? Estelle here tonight, and I wanted, last night on the live I got a ton of compliments on my eye makeup, so I kind of wanted to recreate that look I used. Okay, so we are gonna do that tonight, but one thing I wanted to do really quick. Last night I kind of showed y'all how the Splurge Cream Faithful the Splash Cream shadows. Well, last night I picked a terrible color, so tonight I was going to hurry up and do it with a more muted color, and then we'll go ahead and get started with palette 3. One, which is one of my favorites, and I must say, after the day I had with my allergies, I'm actually really, I mean, you can tell how much everything just stayed put, you know. Alright, so let's quickly put on some lipstick. I'm not gonna redo my face tonight. I am just gonna do my eye makeup so y'all can see palette 2. Alright, so tonight, real quick though, I want to do the lipstick. So I'm going to use Sentimental Splash, which is really, really light. Alright, and I'm putting it on my hand and I'm mixing it with the Victorious Splurge Cream. So we're going to do that first. Then we'll get that on and then we'll get started with palette 3. See how muted this color is? As opposed to what was in the tube. So this is definitely a color I would use. Okay, and I would wear this color. Okay, so let's get my eye makeup off so we can get started. The lighting a little bit. Alright, so let's get our eye makeup started. This is not really a hard look. If you've seen most of my videos, I do what we call a smoky V. That's just how I do my makeup. And you can kind of see it here, how I did with palette 1. That's just how I do it. If I'm going to do a dark color on my lower lid, then I'll just do it a different way. But so if you guys are just joining me and you are liking what you see, I would love it if you'd share the live so other people can see what's going on. Alright, so on my face today I did the same thing as I did last night. I have on BB cream with pressed powder. I just right now am loving the color. My skin is not oily. Sometimes in the summer it'll get oily, but right now it is not, so the BB cream is doing exactly what I wanted to do. Alright, these shine cloths are amazing while they take off all your makeup, but I mean, it's getting off my eyeliner and my mascara and everything like that. And I will try to do the mascara tonight too, but I'm not a very good mascara demoer. Alright, so hi everybody, how are y'all all doing? Alright. Okay, so let's get started. So like I said earlier, share my video, okay? So the first thing we're going to do is eye primer, okay? You have got to prime your eyes. Alright, it's a little tinted primer, so if you have any blue veins and stuff, this actually will help kind of cover it up. And this helps your eyeshadow stick. It helps it not to crease, it helps it to last all day, and it helps you to get a little bit better and more vibrant color, okay? So we're just going to put that on there, and yes, I used my finger. Alright, so I'm in the bathroom, which for me is a whole lot easier because everything is at my disposal. Okay, so palette 3 is your purples and your pinks, okay? So what I did, the first step is gonna be our transition color. Let me know if y'all can't hear me either, if I need to start talking louder, okay? So we're gonna do the transition color first, which should always be a shade to 2 darker than your natural skin tones, okay? Kelly, I use my fingers to put on my BB cream. Shh, don't say anything. All right, so transition color. I am gonna be using this color, Determined. I've also used, that's tickled before, but for this look, I went with Determined, okay? And I'm using this angled sponge brush, okay? So we're gonna get some of the Determined, and this is gonna kind of go above my crease, okay? And then I will come down here and V it down, okay? We're gonna do both eyes tonight because that's just how I do it. I do one step on one eye, and to make sure that it kind of matches the other eye, go right over to the next eye. Don't skip around, okay? And so what I do is, like, I'll put my primer on my eyes, and then I'll do like moisturizer on my face so your primer kind of sits for a little while. All right. So this is our transition color, okay? Big thing is unless you have several brushes, you want to clean off your brush. So my friend Brandy, my little sponsor, gave me this awesome tool. And so when I'm finished using a brush, I will clean it. So that way it's clean for the next time I want to use it, okay? So the next step we're going to do is we are going to work on our crease, okay? And we are going to go in with a dark color. I'm finding my crease brush right here. It's got a nice smaller tip. And I'm trying to remember. Yesterday, I did Cheeky, okay? So we're going to come in there and grab Cheeky. And we're going to make a V shape. You see that right there? A nice little V, okay? And then you just start working it in and blending it a little bit, kind of circular motions. You don't want to go too over half of your eye because we're going to blend that out later too. All right, so then we're going to come to this side. Now this is a sparkly color. And it's pretty dark. It's a dark purple. And then you're just gonna blend it in. Okay? Make sure both sides are kind of even, which they are. Okay? Then, if you want it really dark, you can go in there with Irate and even darken that V some more. But I wouldn't go as far. I mean, I'm just close to the corner, okay? Y'all know how hard it is to do makeup without glasses on when you wear glasses? This is like super hard. Okay, so we've got Irate in the corner. Then, so I just went a little bit of black, okay? Then what I did was I took, that's what I did, Flippant, okay? And now I'm gonna use my Deluxe brush, which is a nice, big, fluffy brush, okay? And we're gonna go with this color. See here? It is not the lightest. So you've got Smitten is super light, shimmery, and this one's a little bit darker. So we're gonna go and pick up the Flippant, and we're gonna put this on the middle part of our lid, okay? Now what we're gonna do is I lay all my colors down, blending it, okay? So I put my colors where I want them to go, and then we're gonna blend it all out, okay? So then I'm gonna clean off that brush because we're gonna go back with the same brush, and we're gonna go for the corner of our eye, and we're gonna use this light purple shimmery color. This one. Can you see it's one of my favorites? I use it quite often. Alright, so we're going to take that color and we're going to the corner and we're going to just meet where we were, okay? And we're going to go here too. Okay. Alright, now what we're going to do is cleaning off my brush in my little holder here. We are going to do some blending. And just make sure we don't have any harsh lines, okay? But we don't want to blend too much because we really don't want our color to go away, right? We want to keep everybody where they are, all right? All right. Okay. Next step. All right, we're almost done. Like, really and truly, how long did this take, right? Not very long. Once you get it going and you start doing, it's super quick, okay? So next step, we need a highlight under our brow. My liner shader brush. This is an awesome little brush. I love this part of it too because it's real fluffy and it gets in the little nooks and crannies. So my eyebrows are already done. Normally when I do my eyes are first, then I do my foundation because usually I'll have some fallout here and there. Taking the same color that I went in the corner and we're going to highlight our brows so that we little shimmer, okay? Alright, and then I'm going to take my, cleaning off my brush, we're just going to make sure everything's kind of blended out. I don't see too many harsh lines. So the reason I kind of go high up on my transition is because I want you to see the color. I want you to see my crease color. Alright, so we're on to eyeliner. Thanks, Brandy. Oh, Cindy, somebody gave it to me. They bought it on Amazon and it's like a little sponge and it's a dry sponge, all right? And it has a cover and I just use it and you clean your brush with. Now I do clean the sponge every so often because you'll get some residue down in there, but I mean, I do rinse it off and then dry it off, but yeah, it's an awesome little brush cleaner. Or I used to just have a towel standing by me and I usually just clean my brush with that. All right, so liner today, okay? We are going to use this liner shader brush, all right? I'm not using eyeliner. I'm going to use the black that is in here. Now, I am going to wet the tip of my brush. I'm going to use rose water, but you can just use regular water, but the sink's way over there. All right, so we're going to wet it, and we're going to come and grab some of the black. It's a matte black. And we're gonna use that as eyeliner. I cannot do winged eyeliner. I just can't. It's not happening. I've tried and I don't know if my eyes are just weird shaped. I just can't do it. I've tried. And I'm trying to keep really close to my eyes because I don't want a big... Alright, so eyeliner's on. Okay, then what I did for my lower lid, I used the color Passionate, which is purple. Okay, and you want a sort of a sharp line. Wait, and I gotta find my pencil sharpener. So I got a little bit of a dull tip, so I'm gonna just sharpen that for a bit. Because I don't want it super dark, but I want you to see a line. And we're just gonna line from the corner to the center. I cannot line my waterline. My eyes are, even though our mascara are pretty natural base, I can't use, I can't line my waterline. My eyes water too much and it does no good. Alright, so I'm just kind of cleaning up my underline here. And then we're finished. What do y'all think? How super duper easy was that? Now, one other little thing, if you want a little bit more pop in the center of your eye, I'll take the sponge portion of my sponge brush, okay? And then I'll grab a little bit, you can even wet it, of that light shimmery color here. And then just dab in the center. Look what it does. Look how cool it is. So I like shimmer. We're not too old to wear shimmer. I don't know who says that, but I'll be 40 years old this year and I'm not too scared to wear shimmer. So we're just gonna blend that a smidge. But that just added a little bit more pop, right? So this was a super easy look with palette 3. So I'm gonna finish it off. We're gonna try to do a mascara demo. Alright, so remember guys, if you like what you're seeing, you like in the video, please share. I'd love for you to share it. Alright, so palette 3 pretty much done. And then we're going to go ahead and do, can't see. So this could be a nighttime look. This can also be a daytime look. I mean, I'll wear this to work, obviously. Alright, 3D Fiber Mascara. Gel Fiber Gel. I am not good at this. Alright, I'm going to use my little handy dandy mirror because I can't see in there, in the camera. Alright, so light coat of gel on your lashes. And you want to do both sides, okay? And I do not put fibers on my lower lashes. I just do them on my upper. Okay, so gel's on. And then we're going to go ahead and take the fibers. I always roll them on the back of my hand. And then you do a light coat and you do both sides. And I usually always put 2 coats of gel, fiber gel. Alright. Sorry I'm not looking at the camera, y'all. I would be poking myself in the eye. I've got my big handy dandy mirror here. Alright, so that is 1 coat of the... This eye doesn't have any, so let's go quickly and do this eye. And so one of the reasons I always do, in case, yeah, you get fallout from your eyeshadow, or you do this and you get mascara on your face. And why go through all the work of getting your foundation right if you're just going to mess it up? Alright, so we're back on this side with the fibers. But it's super easy, it's super fast, you don't have to spend a whole lot of time. But tonight we're just going to do 1 coat since it's nighttime and I'm about to take all this off. But I did this for you guys. I'm going to seal this side with the gel. So our mascara is water resistant, technically not waterproof, but I don't care, it held up today through all my watery tears and allergy attacks. So, alright, sealing this side, okay? And then that's kind of it. Then I would, since I took off, I don't wear concealer at all, but I do usually put BB cream or whatever, so I'm just going to take some powder just to finish this off so you can kind of see the eyes. I just kind of hide my dark circles under her. But how easy was that? Alright, so this is a look, honestly, once y'all know how to do it, you can do it. And you can darken this as much as you want. I mean, like I said, I added a little bit of the black, but you can definitely go longer. So this is palette 3. It's called a Smoky V. This is how I pretty much wear my makeup all the time, just some kind of different edition. Sometimes I can even do this with mineral pigment. So I hope y'all enjoyed it. It's super duper easy. You all can do it. And that's about it. So y'all have a good night. Thanks.